Hey folks, doing? You've done here. Trying to give an explanation on if you have issues with the current build with Thieves Guild. Some ways that you can fix things. First thing you should always do is you come into your launcher here. Go ahead and take a look inside your game options here. Check for updates, repair, and you also have settings here as well for your auto update and auto launch. Now, if this is not completed, don't hit that play button and all that other stuff there. If you're trying to open it from directly from the game folder and it doesn't work, well, of course you got to run the launcher and fix those stuff. In addition to that, you also have this upper area here, this little gear here, which you can go up here, and you can do other things like this. And this is where you get some of these other runs here. But you also have a game consultant here, which you can do to get some of this other information about the game. Now, if you've done the repair, and you got all this stuff here, run Game Consult, and you take a look at that stuff, and it still doesn't work, okay? I want you to go ahead to this other place's PC Technical Support. 1 minute here while I swap over here just to show it off. Here we go. So with this place here, you take a look at your different things here. See if you can find something that's relevant to your build here. If you have a setup or something like that, it's going to show up here. Use the search if you need to. Search is very useful for this and finding a lot of these issues. If you're wondering, like, my setup is an AMD processor or it's an Intel processor and it's giving me this weird error, please take a look there. Now, specifically for people that are having crashes, because this has been common for a couple people here, there's a whole thing here, crashes on launch after patch. Take a look through here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. ZOS admins will come in here and try to help you as well. A few things to note. The game has switched over to DirectX 11 and will only support operating systems, video cards that are on DirectX 11. There may be some ways to get around it, but this is the way that you have to run it, okay? Make sure you have DirectX 11 installed and running, and it's still going to be working with your video card and operating system. If you need to, get this redistributable pack. Sometimes that causes an issue. And, just take a look at this. Now, over onto the actual manual side of things, you have a couple other things you can do with a few things here. Let me get this one up first. All right. So this one here is the live side here. Now notice this is like under my user documents ESO live, okay? And under here you have something called user settings. All right. User settings is useful. Has a whole bunch of useful information in it that's going to help you out. But you're going to have to take a look and see. I'm not going to show it here, but you want to make sure that your settings are backed up. So any changes that you do on this, make sure you go ahead, write copy, and paste it in here with a copy of it before you do any type of editing, okay? Some of these things on the forums here may just recommend to go in here and fix some of that. For example, here, while I do... Apologize for doing this kind of haphazardly as I show this off here. But you get tips like... Where is it here? For example, open your user settings file, change your graphic settings from D3, D11 over to OpenGL. Now, some of that you have to take with a grain of salt because if it's not coming directly from a ZOS admin, they may or may not know your setup and may or may not break your system there. So take that with a grain of salt here. I'm not going to show anything directly on doing this, just how to take a look at these forums, get this information, and where you need to go to find this stuff, okay, guys? Now, the other area that you want to take a look at is going to be under the client folder. Now, let me see if I can show this off as well. Nope, wrong button. There we go. So this is under your program files, x86, Zenimax Online, Elder Scrolls Online, Game, Client. Okay. Now, if you're running on Steam, you could probably have this not under program files, but probably under program files, Steam, Common, etc. Okay. Now, this is also where you're going to get the ESO EXE and the ESO 64 EXE. If you have issues or anything else like that, sometimes you have to right-click these and then run them as administrator. Okay. That's the basics of it there. So if you want to run it in the normal version, you can do that. If you're having issues with the normal version, you want to try out the 64-bit version, go ahead. It shouldn't be a huge issue. Most of the other stuff in here is pretty much you don't have to touch unless you're trying to do something like a specific mod like SweetFX or something else like that. But this is where you go to the ESO EXE and the 64 EXE. Those two have to be set up, okay? That's basically it. Make sure you take a look at some of these forms here. Now, another thing I should also point out too is help.elderscrollsonline.com. A lot of people just keep on complaining about things breaking, and they never bother taking a look at this. This has a lot of useful information, and if you're having issues, please go here and take a look at it first. I've heard so many people like, well, it takes so long, I don't understand it. Well, frickin' A, what did you do? Like, did you go here and take a look? Did you say crashing PC search? See, look at this. What should I do if my game keeps on crashing with 32-bit Windows? Can cause some problems. You strongly recommend you enjoy playing the 64-bit system. Please do this. Also, navigate to download latest graphics drivers. All this other good stuff here. Take a look at this stuff, and please read through this. It's going to help you a lot when you have some of these issues. Okay, guys? It's simple enough to do this. Now, if you still have issues and you know you open a service ticket, that's fine. Log in, open up a service ticket. They're going to get to you when they can get to you. When they have major patches like this, yes, things do get delayed. However, I never see them not respond within 24 hours to something. Sometimes the solution does take longer than 24 hours, but at least acknowledging the issue within 24 hours is supposed to be under their SLA, service level agreement. So, yeah, guys, take a look at this. If you have any other questions, make sure to put comments down below. I'll see if I can get other updates if you have any specific problems when I can get to them. But at the same time, take a look at these forums. These are going to have a lot of information, and then look at support. You can also go to reddit.com/r/elderscrollsonline and post there. There's a lot of people that don't post on the forums that do post on there. So if you have like a little like an issue that's like very technical and like kind of niche, they can answer it there as well, because some of the stuff in here is more of a featured type of patch or something like that, whereas the stuff on Reddit you can get from people that are used to hacking, or not the bad type of hacking, but like doing stuff on the fly with off, you know, all that other good stuff. So go ahead, take a look through the links. I'll put some of these links into this highlight video. Hopefully that's going to fix some of you, but I just want to get that out there for some of you that are currently having issues with the current release. Hope that helps. Catch you later.